Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're putting a magnifying glass not just on timepieces, but really on wrist-worn vaults.
Mm.
We're analyzing the undisputed king of horological assets, Patek Philippe, and specifically why the world's most elite luxury pawnbrokers treat these watches less like jewelry
Yeah.
and more like, I don't know, a guaranteed offshore bank account you can wear.
That's actually a perfect analogy. We've looked closely at the sources, the insights from high-end asset lenders, and the core truth is pretty clear. Few objects provide capital-raising ability as fast and as confidently as a Patek Philippe.
Right.
The meticulous craftsmanship, the extreme rarity, and that just ironclad collector legacy. It all means that whether you need millions in a pinch or just want to secure a high-value loan, Patek offers a certainty of universal demand. Very few other luxury items can really match that.
Okay, so our mission today is to sift through the facts, the figures, frankly, the sheer audacity of some of these values to uncover the absolute titans, the top 10 most valuable, most, let's say, pawnable Patek Philippe models. We're revealing the stories behind the timepieces that, well, essentially double as physical currency for the global elite.
And we really have to start at the very, very top, with the undisputed modern champion, the Grandmaster Chime reference 6300A010.
Ah, the 6300A. It holds the title, doesn't it? World's most expensive wristwatch. Fetched an astronomical $31.19 million back in 2019.
31 million, yeah.
Now, $31 million for something made of stainless steel. That seems utterly counterintuitive for a brand known for gold and platinum. Is the steel itself the driver here, or is it more the fact that Patek virtually never uses steel for complications of this magnitude? That's the real scarcity story, isn't it?
Precisely. It's that combination. The material, plus the fact it was a unique piece, famously inscribed the only one, that created a complete collector frenzy. But beyond the material, the true engineering feat lies in its technical complexity. I mean, we're talking about 20 complications, housed within a reversible case, 2 complete dials.
Okay, hold on. We have to slow down for a second there. 20 complications, that's massive. Can you maybe clarify for listeners, what are the most impressive features here? Especially those acoustic functions you hear so much about.
Of course, yeah. So the complexity includes feats like the instantaneous perpetual calendar,
Yeah.
Automatically adjusting for month-length leap years, and the hallmark acoustic functions, the minute repeater, which chimes the time on demand, and crucially, the grand sonnerie.
The grand sonnerie.
That's the extremely complex chiming mechanism that automatically strikes the hours and quarters as they pass. You don't even have to ask it to. These acoustic complications, they really represent the absolute pinnacle of watchmaking mastery.
That definitely puts the value into perspective. It's not just a watch. It's more like a mechanical ecosystem on your wrist.
Absolutely. And, we should stress, even the production versions of the 6300, the ones usually in white or rose gold, they're still considered probably the most robust and desirable collateral out there. For any serious lender, anyway.
Got it. Now let's pivot a bit. From that modern giant to the historical legend that held the complication crown for decades. The Henry Graves super complication. A pocket watch this time.
Ah, yes. This piece is just pure mythic provenance. It's rooted in this intense, friendly competition. It was commissioned back in 1925 by the American banker Henry Graves, Jr. The story goes he was in this sort of horological arms race.
Right, with James Ward Packard, another millionaire collector.
Exactly. A friendly but, deeply competitive race.
So this wasn't just about owning a beautiful watch. It was the ultimate sort of battle of the billionaires back then. Graves specifically commissioned Patek Philippe to build a watch that surpassed Packard's latest acquisition by just one single crucial complication. Is that right?
That's a legend, yes. And he succeeded. This 18-karat gold piece delivered 24 complications, which successfully made it the most complicated watch ever created for over 60 years. It was only superseded much, much later by another Patek, the Caliber 89.
And the detail that, for me, genuinely blows my mind, the thing that turns this, universal object into something intensely personal, is that celestial map of the New York sky as viewed directly from Graves' own apartment, a map of his apartment's view. It's truly insane. It turns a time capsule into a one-man universe.
It really does. And combining that level of personalization with crucial functions like the perpetual calendar, sunrise-sunset times, other astronomical displays, it basically guarantees its immortality. It last sold, I think it was 2014, for $24 million, which just confirms its untouchable status as a museum-grade global asset.
Okay, moving into our second segment, we're shifting gears slightly to vintage masterpieces, where value is maybe less about contemporary complication counts
Right.
and more about extreme scarcity and proven historical significance.
And the scarcity champion here is undoubtedly the reference 1518, specifically in stainless steel. High-profile collectors, they view this as, well, pretty much the Holy Grail, the absolute pinnacle of rarity.
It's the sheer scarcity that defines this one, right? Only 4 confirmed examples known globally that makes its existence almost mythical.
Exactly. It's the definition of a blue-chip collectible in the watch world.
And its impact was huge too, wasn't it?
Oh, massive. The 1518 pioneered the first serially produced perpetual calendar chronograph.
Mm-hmm.
This wasn't just a one-off special commission. This was the moment Patek basically standardized that level of high-end luxury complication for production. So that scarcity, combined with its pioneering role, led to one steel variant achieving over $11 million at auction.
11 million for steel. Again, incredible. So if the steel 1518 is defined by extreme scarcity and being a pioneer, then its sibling, the Prince Tewfik pink-on-pink reference 1518, that one's defined more by its blue blood provenance.
Absolutely. This is just a breathtaking perpetual calendar chronograph, executed in pink gold, but with a matching copper pink dial, which gives it that sought-after pink-on-pink nickname among collectors. It's highly collectible just for that specific aesthetic rarity, sure, but its value was really cemented by its ownership history.
It belonged directly to Egyptian royalty Prince Mohammed Tewfik A. Tusu.
Correct. And provenance, as we know, is just everything in this market.
Yeah.
With only, I think, 14 models known to exist with that specific copper pink dial.
Yeah.
Its connection to royalty and its immaculate condition pushed it over $9.5 million back in 2021. It really demonstrates that for elite collateral, the story attached to the watch is often worth just as much as the precious metal itself.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Okay, next up, we have a truly fascinating item, one that kind of crosses the lines between watchmaking and fine art. The reference 2523 Silk Road World Time.
Ah, the 2523. This watch is essentially a miniature world map for your wrist. Its primary feature is that stunning cloisonné enamel dial.
Right, cloisonné. Can you maybe explain that technique briefly for listeners who aren't familiar?
Sure. So cloisonné is this highly specialized, very delicate artistry. You use tiny, intricate gold filaments like wires to trace the outlines of the map, the continents, the countries. Then, vibrant glass enamel powder is carefully filled into these little cells created by the wires. Then it's fired at high temperature, multiple times usually. This one depicts Eurasia in incredibly detailed, hand-rendered artistry. Just beautiful work.
That detailed explanation helps immensely, thank you. And because this is such fragile, specialized work, the condition of that enamel must be absolutely paramount to its valuation, right? Any imperfection, even a tiny crack or chip, would surely ruin it.
Oh, crucial. Absolutely crucial. With fewer than 10 known specimens of this particular map dial, it's estimated, £6 million valuation? That relies entirely on its provenance, its overall condition, and crucially, having an enamel dial that is demonstrably free of any restoration or touch-ups.
Any flaw drops the value drastically.
Instantly. Drastically. But a perfect example offers, well, truly mythic value to collectors.
Okay, and finally in this vintage segment, we need to acknowledge the gold chronograph reference 1527, the design ancestor, as you called it.
Yes, created back in the early 1940s, during WWII actually. This is an ultimate trophy piece for serious vintage collectors. We only know of 2 examples worldwide. It's essential because it's designed, particularly the unusually large 37.6 millimeter case for the time, and the way it integrated the triple calendar and chronograph complications. It served as the direct foundational design DNA for later, really iconic Patek models.
And provenance plays a role here, too.
Definitely. One of the 2 known examples also belonged to the renowned tastemaker Charles Stern, who was part of the Stern family that owns Patek Philippe. So that reinforces that pedigree matters hugely in these asset discussions.
Right. Okay, that brings us squarely into the modern era. Watches driven by, let's say, contemporary aesthetics, brand synergy, and massive liquidity. And we have to talk about the ultimate hype asset, the Nautilus reference 57111A018, with that coveted Tiffany blue dial.
The Tiffany Nautilus. Yes, this watch is just a phenomenon. It was launched as this really dramatic final chapter for the iconic steel Nautilus line, strictly limited to 170 pieces, to celebrate the 170-year partnership between Patek Philippe and Tiffany & Co.
And the secondary market valuation is just stunning. We're seeing UK prices routinely hitting 1.5 million, maybe even 2 million pounds.
That's right.
And this is fueled heavily by celebrity magnetism, isn't it? The sources mention rumored owners like Jay-Z, LeBron James, Mark Wahlberg.
Mm-hmm. The celebrity factor is definitely part of the equation.
But wait, looking at the sources, is that 2 million pound valuation truly sustainable collateral value? Or is the pawnbroker, mainly betting on short-term celebrity momentum and brand synergy? Is this genuine asset appreciation, or is it more of a pure hype bubble that might, eventually pop?
That's an excellent question. And it gets right to the heart of how the luxury lending market works. While there is certainly a significant hype factor, you have to remember the underlying asset. It's a hyper-rare Patek Philippe Nautilus, one of the very last ever made in steel, with a highly sought-after collaboration signature from Tiffany.
So the fundamentals are still strong, regardless of the hype.
Exactly. Lenders view it as pretty much guaranteed instant return. When someone needs fast capital, these specific watches can be converted to cash almost.
Yeah.
Well, before the ink on the loan agreement is dry. It's the platinum standard for fast liquidity right now, irrespective of the potential long-term volatility of that exact Tiffany price point.
Okay, I see. Now, for collectors who maybe prefer something less viral, let's say, and more classical, we look at the Grand Complications reference 5270P0001.
Yes, this is more like the contemporary heirloom piece,
Right.
a perpetual calendar chronograph cased in heavy platinum, and immediately distinguished by that beautiful salmon opaline dial, and often a sapphire exhibition case back so you can see the movement. It's aimed squarely at serious connoisseurs and, sophisticated investors who prioritize the metal weight, the complexity, the craftsmanship over maybe social media appeal.
This feels like the anchor asset for the platinum status investor. Reliable, deep market, utterly elegant.
Exactly right. Its international market is deep and established, ensuring consistent resale value and predictability for lenders. You're looking at reliable capital generation. Values for pristine, fully documented examples tend to settle somewhere between, say, £180,000 and £300,000 in the UK market.
Got it. Now, shifting to a slightly different flavor of modern wealth, maybe the tech entrepreneurs, the Premiership footballers, that kind of crowd. They often seem to gravitate towards something blending luxury and, robustness, like the Aquanaut travel time reference 5164A001.
Yeah, the 5164A. This is definitely the Globetrotters Patek. The Aquanaut line as a whole successfully bridged that gap between, horlogerie and genuine sportiness. The 5164 specifically features a very useful dual time zone complication, a robust steel case, and that signature composite rubber strap. It really appeals to a newer generation of high net worth individuals who demand performance and durability alongside the prestige. Think tech founders, Formula One stars.
Right. And crucially, how does it fare as an asset when you need to liquidate quickly? How pawnable is it?
Highly movable. It's accepted with absolute confidence by lenders because it appeals to such a wide, wealthy, and often younger demographic. It's quick to sell, always seems to be in demand, often trading in the UK secondary market somewhere between 90,000 and 120,000 pounds. It's a guaranteed fast mover that kind of bypasses the sometimes slower market for the really heavy, complex complications.
Makes sense. Okay, finally, let's anchor our top 10 list with the ultimate reliable classic, a piece that shows you don't necessarily need a $1 million watch to be a guaranteed asset. The Golden Ellipse reference 338-100 Warnaber Co.
The Ellipse. Launched way back in 1968. It's just a masterclass in subtlety, really. It's celebrated for its mathematically harmonious case shape, carefully proportioned according to the ancient golden ratio. It's understated luxury defined. The rose gold option with the deep blue dial is particularly sought after, just visually very appealing.
And while the price point is certainly more accessible than the other titans on this list, secondary market rates typically landing between, £22,000 and £38,000.
It's around there, yes.
Its reliability is what makes it crucial for this list, right? It's the constant performer.
Exactly. It serves as kind of the benchmark entry point for Patek collateral. It's globally recognizable, it's always resellable, and because of its enduring design and steady demand, it offers really exceptional loan-to-value metrics for lenders. It proves that sustained, quiet elegance can be just as valuable financially as transient hype, especially when it comes to long-term stability.
So if we synthesize this entire deep dive, the main takeaway seems pretty undeniable. Patek Philippe's enduring legacy, built on its technical innovation, its ironclad exclusivity, and the powerful narratives tied to its history, it ensures this strong evergreen appetite among the world's most powerful collectors and buyers.
And if we speak purely in financial terms, yeah, the core truth from the sources is this. Nothing really delivers prestige and instant capital access at a luxury asset counter quite like a true Patek Philippe. They are, as you said, wrist-worn time capsules that also happen to double as the ultimate fail-safe investment, regardless of whether they cost 30 million pounds or, 20,000.
Right. You've seen that the most valuable watches often feature these highly specific, sometimes unique complications, whether it's, 20 different functions packed in, or that incredible celestial map of Henry Graves' exact view over New York. So, considering the hyper-personalization available today, this raises an interesting question, maybe for you, the listener. What new, highly personalized complication, perhaps linked to modern data streams, maybe real-time climate change tracking, or even a collector's personal biometric signature, what could be commissioned today that might guarantee future mythic status and potentially record-breaking financial value down the line? Just something for you to ponder as you consider that intersection of artistry, technology, and, well, hard assets.